Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdsmith LGBT Pride one-shot, the first one of the month. I am Zach. You may know me on this channel. I was in Countless Heroes. But now I'm running a game for this lot. I'll do a little spiel in the beginning, and then we'll introduce our players, and then get into the meat of it. So, every Wednesday this month to celebrate Pride, Nerdsmith will be running a community one-shot to promote our new Dragon Pride pin by Elemental Enamel. All June, 100% of the proceeds from pre-orders on our Dragon Pride pin will be going to the Trevor Project. You can get yours during stream tonight by visiting nerdsmith.org/pride. The Trevor Project is a U.S. nonprofit that provides life-saving services to LGBTQ+ youth in crisis. They offer a suite of crisis intervention and suicide prevention programs, including Trevor Lifeline, Trevor Text, and Trevor Chat, as well as a peer-to-peer social network support for LGBTQ young people under the age of 25 called Trevor Space. Trevor also offers an educational program for teachers and parents, a legislative advocacy department fighting for pro-LGBTQ legislation and against anti-LGBTQ rhetoric and policy positions, and they conduct research to discover the most effective means to help young LGBTQ people in crisis and prevent suicide. If you or someone you know is feeling hopeless or in need of help, Trevor Lifeline crisis counselors are available 24/7, 365 at 866-488-7386. You can find out more at thetrevorproject.org. There it is. We will be doing a Die Hard Dice giveaway, so keep in the chat and feel free to reach out to, friends, family, anyone, enemies, don't care. Bring them here and maybe they'll win. We'll be doing that a little later. So, let's begin. I'll start with myself. I am Zach. You can find me on Twitter at DuskFeyDruid. You can also find me on the Nerdsmith public Discord. I run one-shots weekly, sometimes more than once a week because I am insane. We could start with Tessa. Introduce yourself to the group.
Hi, everybody. I am Tessa. I am one of the directors here at Nerdsmith. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I have not really been super public about this, but I am bisexual, and so there you go. Never announced that live before, so there we are. And so I am very excited to be playing in this one-shot. I was in Countless Heroes. You can find me in a variety of different places across the network. I do a Vampire the Masquerade podcast, which an episode just dropped today. I do Shenanigans on Tuesday nights, and coming soon on Friday nights will be Ghosts of Saltmarsh. And that's me.
Excellent. Well met. Lucky, introduce yourself.
I'm Lucky. You can find me on Twitter at the infamous Eel. I am not on the Nerdsmith network yet, but I am recording I'm recording the Forlorn Hope podcast. We're trying to get a bunch of stuff sort of banked so we can get it all out and then have a backlog so we're not stressed on that one. Once we do, we'll be here. You can find us there at Forlorn Podcast on Twitter. I'm excited to be here and looking forward to this.
Glad to have you. Jay, introduce yourself.
I was ready. I'm Jay. I was on Countless Heroes, and I'm doing other things soon. You can find me at Jay with 2 eyes text at Twitter. It's down below. It's just easier to read it. I am... Tessa announced that she's bi, so I am trans and I am gay, so that's good to announce, I guess. I don't really know what else to say about myself. I'm playing a bugbear warlock.
You're an
today.
incredible artist. People should check out your art. You're open for commissions.
Yeah.
But you can find all that on my. It's my.
Pimp yourself. You deserve it.
Yes.
Sorry.
No. I agree. Jay is an incredible. And last, but certainly not least, Megan, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Megan. You can find me on Twitter at Springenfolk, Springenfolk, and I'm occasionally on the Nerdsmith Discord. This is my first ever time streaming with the D&D group, so I'm really excited to be here. I'm also an artist. I do post a lot of my art to Twitter. I love doing D&D portraits and character designs. So yeah, I'm stoked to be here. I am gay as well. I'm happily married to a woman.
Awesome.
Excellent. And because the group was doing this, I will say that I am asexual panromantic, and I am happy to be here. So, be Gayblin, do crime. Let's get on with this. We begin on the open seas. There is a ship, a wide, heavy-looking ship, and on it there are people running around, and the sails have a red handprint on it. The view begins to move across the water, skipping across the water towards a harbor town where you can see ships coming into dock, taking the stuff off of the ships, and ships embarking on their own voyages. We cut across that harbor town into woods, across the main road that leads to this harbor town, through the woods, and then offshooting from that in the woods, deep into the woods, and we begin to hear music. It seems that there's a concert going on at the old abandoned fort where the Gang Green, the mercenary company, usually situates themselves. You are all there, but you're not inside watching the concert, because as we honey heist this shit and get backwards a little bit, you are all about to step into the office, room of your leader, Jareth. He's there, and he had asked you all to join him for a special mission. So, as you were all making your way towards there, I would like each of you to introduce yourself. We'll start with Tessa.
I am Poppy. I am a small female goblin. Got kind of a undercut on one side, and then the rest of my pink hair is flopped over with little curls kind of on one side. Running around barefoot. I've got a kind of a maroon shift on that comes to my knees and has slits up to my thighs on either side for freedom of movement, and wearing a small holy symbol. And looking around, she looks a little bored and disaffected by everything that's going on, and just kind of leaning against a post, just eyeing the crowd.
Awesome. Lucky.
I will be playing Silk, who's a bugbear assassin. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but effective at what he does. He's following, let's see, who was it that he was going to be following around? I'm not sure, but he follows behind everybody else, sort of waiting to be given direction.
Incredible. Jay, introduce your character to us.
Core is also a bugbear. He's very tall, He's got sort of little bits of gray along in his little beard and his hair, and he has a sword at his hip that sort of shimmers different colors as he moves, between red and blue and green, mostly on the blade, and then the handle is black and white. Yeah. And he's looking around and just sort of taking in what's going on, not just processing it, trying to figure out how to best approach this situation. He's dressed fairly nicely and he's heavily scarred.
And Megan.
Okay, I will be playing Krieg. They are a goblin druid, and they're smaller for a goblin, a little bit skinnier. They have a shock of just thick black hair slicked back, not like gelled back, but just sort of brushed back hastily, and it's really messy. They have massive eyes that are always looking around. You get the idea that they're always studying something, like they're always trying to figure out some puzzle that you don't know about. And they're wearing this mottled gray-green armor that looks, or not armor, leather armor that looks like it's been eaten away and is kind of moldy in places. And they kind of always reek of mildew, and they're just a mess.
Well, for one reason or another, you are all invited here. You are an elite team within the Gangrene. And as you're making your way up, the door is partly open. And as you enter, you can see across this clean-ish room, past the desk, there is sitting on a windowsill across the way, looking out a window, an Eladrin, a fey elf individual with tousled blonde hair that is just thick and gorgeous, a ruffled white shirt and trousers, and they are looking out, and in their hand rolling 5 spheres, glass spheres in their hands as they look out, and then they turn and just continue to do that as they watch you come in, mischievous look on their face. Well, welcome. It's good to have you all with me. Oh, don't be concerned. It's going to be completely fine. I have a job for you all if you'd like to take it.
I mean, you're the boss. I don't know that we have much of a choice.
What's the job?
Well, I have a shipment coming in Dawnport, and I would very much like you all to go and procure it for me. It's a shipment of young dragons.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh,
Dragons?
Hi.
How big?
Big enough. Size of horse.
for what?
For coin and whatever you would.
And they're just coming into port. Nobody's watching them.
Oh, if someone's watching, I need you to get these dragons for me without even noticing.
We could, but why do you want them?
Why do I want these dragons?
Yes.
That's a secret. But I assure you, and he pulls out a little symbol around his neck. That Poppy you recognize. It's a holy symbol that you share. And Cora, you also recognize this for a different.
Oh,
I was told that I should have them, so I'm procuring them.
okay.
Don't worry about keeping any of the crew alive if need be.
Oh, that's easy.
Got it. Kill
Okay.
everyone.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Necessary.
Excellent.
I'm still not sure how we're supposed to carry horse dragons.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about carrying.
We could ride them back.
You can ride them back. I've been speaking to them. I know their names. And they know that you're coming, so they shouldn't put up a fight. In fact, they.
Excellent.
So, pick. And as he says that, rolling these crystal spheres in his hands, each one begins to emanate a different red, green, blue.
I would like.
One is bright white, one is black.
I want the green one.
Blue.
Wait, those are for us?
They're for you.
Green, green, green. I want green.
Unfortunately, Poppy had asked for green, but if you'd like to fight amongst yourselves, just
I want black.
there you go. And Harper,
Like your soul.
Oh, yeah, that's not my name. Somebody didn't do that right. I'll take what's left.
exceptional. So you got a choice between two, and he pulls a red one and a white one, and he puts them down. The other three are rolled to each of you along this desk, and they kind of stop on the edge.
I'll take the red one then.
So don't worry about the white one then. Or more so, don't be concerned. Don't be concerned with riding that one back. It should follow you.
Okay.
But take these crystals, as well as the white one. Who wants to take the white one? Just keep in your hand.
I'll take it. Someone responsible needs to handle these things. So she'll stow the white one in her pack. Excellent. When is the shipment arriving?
3 days' time.
Plenty of time to get there and lie in wait.
Easily. And there will be a concert tomorrow. So there should be people coming from the harbor to see this concert. And if you want to stow away on one of their carts, that should help you get into the city limits without tipping anyone off.
I have a few friends left there. They might help. But I'm just gonna follow Krieg around.
Very well then. You can follow me. Slave.
You seem to have the brains.
Hmm.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. What do you want?
I don't. You tell me what I need to do.
Sounds like a good arrangement.
Yes.
Silk nervously adjusts his cravat and vest and kind of looks around and go, "Where we going now?"
May as well get a good look out and good scout out of everything.
Seems like we lost Tessa.
Oh no.
Well, either way. You are all left to do your own devices before this
Krieg is going to go back to their lab.
Okay.
Silk will follow a few feet behind, and sort of scanning, looking at everybody, making sure that no one's trying to stab us in the back.
Why are you following me to my lab?
I thought that's where we're going.
I have work to do.
Oh, so I'll just, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be outside. And he'll wander off to find something like a brick wall to stare at.
Okay.
Would you like to keep the blades at the ready to practice? Keep them sharp.
You want to fight?
Yes. Very much so.
Okay.
But just sparring. Not. Core doesn't try to kill him.
In the courtyard of this abandoned fort, well, not abandoned anymore, there is space. Space for you to spar. Although only a few of them are. There's only a few left, as the rest have been moved away. These little sandy patches have been covered over. As there seems to be a stage being put up and seating being placed in for this concert.
Yeah, I'll happily spar. I know, no need to roll, but pulling
Yeah.
punches, pulling stabs, as it were.
Yeah. Not gonna live up to the name at the moment. But keeping it, staying
course.
on top of the game. Just in case.
And you spend the rest of the day preparing, sparring, keeping yourself limber, holding these crystal spheres that still have that glow to them.
sorry about that. That was some excitement on my end.
You're okay.
I would like to study the sphere. Take some of my special friends and shake them off me and see what effect it has on the sphere.
Okay. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Yes, I am.
Then roll an Arcana check as you're looking at this.
20.
Okay. With that, you can tell that that this sphere is a. It seems to be a abjuration magic, definitely. You're not really sure what it does specifically, but it seems like it's made to help something, either cast a shield or otherwise.
How interesting.
The day goes off, and you all awaken to the sound of instruments being tuned, the sound of spells being cast, and acoustics being tested. Poppy,
Hmm.
in your sleep,
Yes.
was there anything that you wanted to do the day that you were told everything about?
She would pack her her bag, make sure that she had all of her clericking supplies, any spell components that she needed. She mainly uses a focus, so she doesn't need a whole lot, but kind of would just be working on that.
Okay. And then, as you all go to sleep, Poppy, you have a dream. You are standing in the middle of heavy mist all around you. It is tinged purple. There's an ever-present light around you. It's dim light as far as you can see, which isn't very far as this choking mist is around you. But you hear several voices speak out and say the same word. And you recognize this because you've had similar type dreams, although they didn't really go anywhere. It just says forward. What do you do?
I start walking forward in the dream.
Okay. As you're taking steps forward, the mist seems to part around you, giving a kind of a 5-foot radius of space. As you step forward and continue forward, you're standing on hard-packed earth. Seems dry and dusty. And eventually you come up to a bridge.
Alright.
And there's a chasm you can tell that this bridge is seemingly crossing.
What? Any other sound from the voices?
No?
She's gonna continue across then.
Okay. And as you begin to cross, as you step onto the bridge, a lantern that you didn't previously see there alights and extends this field of view a little bit further, lighting your way across the bridge. And across the way, you see another light that expands out and makes the mist go away. And as you continue across this bridge, these lanterns begin to light, showing your way, and you follow. And you come up to a citadel, a tall, black glass tower. And you see several chains around this tower, and you see different colored lights kind of emanating from each chain: red, blue, green. A kind of inky blackness to one and a bright, vibrant light to another.
I would like to step forward towards the green chain since I have the green bauble.
Okay.
Do I have my pack with me in the dream?
As you reach down, you tell that you can't. You do have that, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the green bauble as I walk towards the one.
The bauble begins to glow, and the chain begins to grow taut and kind of move towards the bauble.
Are you there? Can you understand me?
Make a religion check.
Okay. $12.
Okay. You feel a weight against you. There's this heavy pressure against you that makes you look down and try to hold your ground as several voices screaming out towards you, but unintelligible. And the bauble goes dark in your hand, and then and as it does, the fog, the mist begins to pour in towards you, and crushes you into darkness, and you awaken.
Well, shit.
As you all come together as well, is there anything that you wanted to do before the concert began?
Not for me.
Okay.
Nothing here.
Just sort of on instinct as they're leaving, Cord rests his hand on his chest, and it was the red, green, blue, black, and white sort of colors form over him, and he casts mage armor on himself just in case.
Sure. Is that your one of your invocations? Yeah. So it is this array of a rainbow of colors go across you, and then seem to come from your body. Uh, uh, a uh, a shimmer of dragon scales across your entire body,
I would like to poke.
and you all can see. Oh, sure.
I would like to poke Core.
What are you doing?
Core, do you permit Krieg to poke you?
Yes, because it's probably like my leg. Krieg is very small.
So I'm going to poke Core's leg and sort of try to scratch at his leg where I saw the armored scales.
You just hit fur.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Very good.
I'm good at it too.
Maybe you can do that,
Does anyone
Eddie. That's
think maybe we should not be bringing these dragons back if they don't want to go to him?
you don't want to go. They don't have.
Perhaps we should let them go. I don't know. I had a strange dream.
Why would we do that?
I don't know, but I don't think you can make a dragon do what it doesn't want to do, right?
Well, I suppose I don't know if they want to be carted wherever they are being carted from away to be sold.
No, that doesn't sound good, but maybe we should go talk to him first. Whatever you think. Sorry.
Not going to stop them if they try to run.
No, I think that sounds like a terrible idea.
Especially if they attack us.
Mhm. Let's just be cautious, I suppose, is the word I'm looking for. No sense in crying over cracked dragon eggs.
Caution's good, but also leaving and going to the town's good too, because they're not coming here yet without us, so we should go, maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
You hear a zip and a pop, and then several other zips and more pops, and raucous laughter coming into earshot as you also hear the whinnying of horses and the creaking of carts as it seems like the potential concert goers are arriving. You could see out of this common room that you're in that there are stands already up preparing drinks. Kegs are being carried by uh, Bugbear and being placed down to be tapped.
Good to know
What
for later.
which direction is the Dawn Harbor in?
That's to the south.
Dawnport, excuse me.
It's okay, same difference. It's called Dawnport, but yeah. Yeah, to the south.
Well, unless somebody has a better idea or stops him, Silk is going to turn to the south and just start walking.
Works for me.
Are the rest of you following?
Yes, Krieg will follow.
Sure.
But first they're going to look at Core and say, I can cast armor too, and cast bark skin on themselves.
That is armor, yes.
This shelving of fungus kind of grows across Krieg's body. Now, you all would know that your charismatic leader had said, just a reminder, that while the concert goers were here, you could sneak onto one of their carts and take one of their carts down. It's about 2 days travel down to the harbor.
Then,
Let's steal a cart.
oh
'Cause
yes, of course.
It's literally my flaw to not remember shit like that. So
Oh, sure.
I'm walking
I wanted
until
to put it
somebody picks me up.
Silk, over this way. Come on.
Gonna just kind of put hands on Silk's shoulder and start like turning him as he's walking.
I'm
Right.
I'm
You're
going
stealing.
I'm going to look at the carts and try to decide which one to take.
Okay. Make a perception check then as you're gauging across these carts.
6.
Okay. There's a lot of people coming off of there. You see a couple that are open back. There's no cover to them. Just kind of a cart pulled by horses. Versus you see one covered wagon. There's an old dwarf sitting cross-legged and peeking out, just kind of smoking from a pipe and sipping from some dark glass jar. Pre-gaming, it seems.
Silk will point at the covered wagon with the dwarf.
Maybe
look
we
at
should-
the others. That one?
Maybe we should wait until the concert starts and there's less people.
Ugh, so that's good.
Possibly, yes. The crowd is gathered. You can do whatever you want when you're not in the crowd.
Meh, works for me.
No one to watch.
He catches your gaze and pulls the pipe out of his mouth and blows smoke out that takes the form of an eagle and flies towards you all, but then dissipates before it hits you in the face, Silk. And he laughs to himself and then downs his glass and then just kind of tosses it into the woods and then turns back into the cart.
You know, smoking kills, right?
After a little bit of time, you hear the sound of clinking glass. He pulls out another jar and takes off the top and then begins to drink that as well and just laughs.
This is taking too long.
You know, you might want to remember that we stole the cars. Let's let him finish a couple more jars.
Okay. About an hour goes by, and you can hear cheering from within the courtyard where the concert's was being set up. As you can hear the sound of your leader coming out, and as he speaks out, his voice rings in several languages simultaneously. So if you any language you understand, it is being spoken. So it's kind of garbled if you speak a lot of languages.
Common and goblin is an interesting mix.
Doesn't sound good, no.
I hope it gets better.
Well, hopefully everybody will be running in soon.
How close are you all to the concert?
Wherever the carts are parked.
Okay. So the carts are about 100 feet away from the stage.
Let's. Hmm. Don't
Silk
suppose
literally hasn't gone any further in that hour. He's just stood in one spot and is watching that one wagon.
Okay. That dwarf appears to have. You see the pipe is still smoking, but it seems like he had fallen asleep mid drink.
All right.
There we go. Take it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to cast Pass Without Trace.
I love having druids in the party.
Right.
As spores kind of come out in a radius around Krieg, and then kind of soften your feet, and even it kind of coats your clothes as well. Yeah, as much as you try to wipe it away, it's there, and it seems like you're not making nearly as much noise as you would have otherwise.
That's a
That's
trade-off. Okay.
So, is that what you're doing now? You're going towards the cart with the drunken dwarf in it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need everyone to roll me a stealth check then. Plus 10.
27.
24.
25.
Okay, and the rogue, yeah.
27.
No one bats an eye at you as you make your way towards this covered wagon, and as you get towards it, you can hear the heavy snoring of this dwarven individual. You can also tell that there doesn't appear to be anyone else around. So, do any of you go in the back with the dwarf?
Silk pulls a dagger out and turns to the rest, goes, this way?
Wait. I'm going to hop up into the covered wagon and blow some spores on him just to see what it does.
Okay. Make a wisdom check, straight wisdom.
4.
He sucks the spores into his throat and begins to cough and gag, and he kind of rolls over and begins to wheeze.
Now?
I don't care.
I'd rather dump him on the side of the road. Let them think you stumbled off.
I will make a note for all our viewers. This is a neutral/evil one shot. Just so you
Yes.
know, there won't be anything overtly graphic, but there could be some bad stuff happening. Proceed. The dwarf appears to be hacking still, but seems to be coming consciousness.
If you're going to do it before he wakes up.
I quickly look around for like a sack of some sort.
Sure, you find one.
All
Kind
right.
of heavy.
I also take the rope out of my bag real quick and go,
Okay.
if he's going to be alive, then, and I'll black bag him and tie him up.
Okay, sure. Make a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Nat 20.
Woo!
So that's 23.
Okay. You get the bag over his head and down past his arms, tie the rope around him and tie it tight. And he is still hacking in there. And you can see the bag, which was partially full of like potatoes, it seems. Some potatoes do roll out. But he is in there. The potatoes seem to muffle it a little bit. So you now have a tied up dwarf who is surrounded by potatoes and is starting to yell.
Then I will climb in the back, sit on him, and motion for whoever else to like. But yeah, let's do this.
Who's driving?
That's a good question.
Who can drive?
I don't have a permit yet.
Sure, we'll try. Get in the front. And
You hear the crunching of footsteps outside.
Fog cloud.
Okay. Okay. As you cast this this cloud of fog around the thing, the covered wagon.
Silk will poke Court. Go, go, go.
Go.
yeah, try to take off with the car.
Okay. Are you proficient in land vehicles?
Oh no.
Make an animal handling check.
While all this is going on, Poppy is laying out some ritual components really quick to cast silence inside the in the cart to kind of keep it as quiet as possible.
Okay.
14.
Okay. You get the horses going. Now, is fog cloud, does that fit on a point or is that just in an area?
It's a 20-foot radius sphere fixated on a point.
Okay. And where's the point that you're fixing it on?
Probably in a panic, I cast it right where I was.
Okay. On like the part of the cart
Yeah,
or a person
on the ground right up.
on the ground. Okay. Fog cloud's there. And Core, you get the horses going, crack the reins, and the horses, which were eating in a startled but understand what you're doing, begin to move out of this fog cloud and away. And where are you taking?
Towards the south.
Okay. You get this cart going and down a ways. Are you trying to go quickly, or are you being leisurely?
Probably quickly for a little bit until we push the dwarf out. I'm gonna keep going quickly a
Okay.
little bit after that. And then once we don't see anybody, maybe more leisurely.
Okay. As you're going and you leave the fog cloud area, see some people are looking at you all, and then you hear the sound of drums, the sound of music, and the people who are looking at you begin to kind of do a jig, and then just begin to start dancing, and everyone you're seeing, it just starts dancing strangely, sporadically.
Thanks, boss.
I'm going to stick my head out the back and call to everybody who sees us, enjoy the show.
There's some unintelligible yelling because they can still speak. They just can't do anything other than dance. As you kind of know what your boss just did. But maybe to the entire crowd. So you're going at a quick pace down this dirt road. At what point do you drop the dwarf? Before you hit the main road?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll throw him out
It's
the
about
back.
3 hours of a trail from your fort to the main road. So halfway down,
Yeah,
most of the way down.
about halfway.
Okay, and do you do anything before you toss them out?
Yes, I take my rope back.
Okay. You take his rope, or you take the rope off from him, and he begins to fight at you, and then he slides out of the sack and slams his back against the wall, like looking in a daze. It's like you see like drool and other gross stuff in his beard. You see him like you caught him at a bad time. What the hell did you just do?
Interesting reaction.
We stole your cart and we kidnapped you.
I mean,
I can see that, but why?
Don't
Well,
worry, you're not
that's
going
a-
to be kidnapped for much longer.
I mean that's an entirely interesting question. Why do we do anything really? Why did you
Because
go to a
it's fun.
concert? Why did I wake up this morning? Why is this guy?
I was trying to impress my boyfriend, and he begins to make his way to the front of the cart.
not
Your boyfriend's
me.
probably back at the concert.
Likely, I'm turning us around. And he climbs out of the covered
no.
wagon part next to you, Core. What do you do still?
I'm grabbing him by the collar before he can get anywhere close to there.
Sure. Make an athletics.
Uh, 13.
You grab onto him, and he slides out of your grasp and moves up next to you, Core, and then tries to take the reins from you.
Mm,
Okay.
I would like to
Like-
cast Infestation.
Okay. What does that do?
They have to succeed on a con save, or it takes 1d6 poison damage and moves 5 feet in a random direction if it can move and its speed is at least 5 feet.
Okay. Let's make a save then, yeah. That's a nat 1, and he's covered in, what does your infestation look like?
It's a cloud of mites, fleas, and other parasites. Just little
Okay.
tiny crawling
He's
bugs.
covered in these, and then begins to fight it and screams and runs forward and under the cart. And you pass.
Bye.
And
Tickle the
as you
back.
look back, he is laying on the ground. There's a bit of a pool spreading out from under.
Not how I thought that would go.
Well, I didn't see that
Oh,
coming.
Hey, I think he's dead.
Probably.
Okay.
How far away is it? How far are we gone?
You've gone about an hour and a half down the road.
I meant from the dwarf's body.
Oh, I'll say 10 feet
Okay.
in this instance.
Poppy hops off the back, goes over, runs and just spare the dying, and
Okay,
then runs back up and jumps back up on the.
Core, you were going at a pretty quick pace, right? You were going the quickest pace, right?
I probably would have slowed down after that. I was trying to get quick, like do quick to get away from the dwarf after it. But if he's
Okay, so you would have once the
Slow
dwarf kind
down.
of ran off the front and then down and then you would have pulled the
Slow
reins.
yeah.
Okay, good. Because then otherwise Poppy would have hit the ground running.
Short little legs.
Okay.
Yeah, so she just runs over and does a quick spare the dying, and then hops back up on the cart. I feel
Okay.
bad. Being run over, I mean, that's not a good way to go. He'll be fine.
You cast this spell on him, and you feel like a presence on you, like pushing on you because of the kind of cleric you are.
Yeah, I know.
But otherwise, the wound he seems to have. I mean, his broken leg isn't fixed, but he seems to start breathing again. He seems to puff up a bit.
Let's hope wolves don't come. Let's go. I'm gonna
Well, that's his problem.
cart going faster.
Okay. Poppy jumps back in, and you begin to speed your way down. It's about 2 days travel. Well, it's about a day's travel. It would be on cart back, or in the cart. So, is there anything that you all are all doing in that time?
Yeah, I'd like to. Silk's gonna casually rummage through, like, yeah, what was this guy hauling in this cart? You know.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Oh, the real good one. Okay.
Poppy will tell everybody about her dream that she had.
Okay.
15.
All right. You find food, which involves. You do find some wrapped packages of fresh steaks with like onions and peppers and spices already in it. You find a lot of grillable food. It seems like he was preparing for like an after party meal. You also find vegetables of several different types. Some tents, some bedrolls. You find about 2 tents, 4 bedrolls, and you find about 20 jars, which are about 2 feet tall. This dark glass with a stamped M on the lid.
Unscrew one and sniff it.
Okay, it smells like blackberries, but is also very strongly alcoholic.
Wonderful. Then I will take a few sips of that and grimace, take a few more sips, and then sort of settle back into the cart and drink.
There you go. It warms you up real nice, which would help as the day progresses and it becomes dark, or begins to get dark. The sky turns from bright and sunny to the oranges and purples of sunset. So, are you going to stop for the night, or are you going to continue forward?
How you feeling, Cor? Do you need relief at the wheel?
Sure. I'm just right the jars. Can't do that while driving.
Mm-hmm. Poppy will climb over the top and into the seat next to Cor.
Okay.
Do you want to park it for the night, or do you want me to try and keep driving? I mean, it's gonna get dark.
How far are we from getting to the city?
I would say that you are half a day's travel.
You can stop.
Okay. Let's find a place.
All right. So who is trying to find a place to stop?
I will.
Okay, make a perception check.
7.
Okay. You quickly see a spot, and there, Core. Do you go to that spot?
I will see if the cart will fit. Like, look over it a little bit.
Okay.
Just
You could tell that the Krieg was going to take you across a slight dip in the ground that would have definitely bottomed out your cart.
Oops.
But there is a nice little clearing. You could tell a little bit further up that you can go around and go into.
I'm gonna follow that.
Okay. Curve around and settle the cart in and rest for the night.
Hey, everybody, I got good news. I've found a bunch of steak and peppers and stuff to grill tonight, and a bunch of this booze.
Good.
My hero.
Excellent.
It was actually the dwarf's, not mine.
Or snow.
But you found
Exactly.
it, so therefore.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Finders keepers.
I will go make a fire to grill these steaks on.
Okay. This seems like it's a common spot for people to stop at. Would you have been okay to go to a place that seems like it's well traveled?
Who's gonna mess with 2 bugbears and 2 goblins, really?
There is a fire pit that you can use.
Hey, a Krieg or Core, do you guys have that prestidigitation by any chance?
Yes.
What do you say to like prestidigitating the top of the cart to look different than the way we took it? Like make it look a little different. We didn't steal any carts. See, look, this one's all brightly colored and stuff. Clearly not the
Do
same
we
cart.
need the cover? Do we need the cover?
Probably not.
You do note that on every side, well, as far as you're concerned, you didn't really look underneath it, but on the top, the 2 sides, and the back, there is that same M symbol on it.
We should definitely change the plates.
Seems like this guy was a merchant.
Yeah, let's I don't have any paint, otherwise I'd just do it. But if one of you guys could make it look all spiffified, that'd be awesome.
Well, I can't make it look spiffified, but I can try something.
Sure, mine's only lasts an hour. And I need to sleep. Can't keep it up.
Can I spread my spores across the cover of the covered wagon to make it look old and moldy and just
Sure, if you want.
Excellent.
Yeah, sure. Make another wisdom check.
19.
And you are able to infuse this cart with your spores. Begins to get like kind of mottled and is pretty dingy and nasty looking.
Excellent. No one would know the difference.
Might as well be ours
said-
now.
Well, it is.
You set up a fire for the night and have steaks if you'd like, or grilled corn or other vegetables that can be grilled. And who is helming that? Who is cooking?
I think I was cooking.
Make a survival check. Unless you're
Natural
proficient in
20.
cooking tools. Oh, even better. Yeah, it tastes amazing. It's very well done. It seems like this person was pretty wealthy. In thinking that, you might think to go through the cart. You don't find any money. I think maybe the dwarf had it on him.
Should have searched his pockets before I made sure he was alive. Damn.
Overall, you have a delicious meal. And are you setting up watches?
Silk will take first watch.
Okay.
Krieg will take second.
I'll take third watch.
Perfect.
Doesn't matter to me. So
The rest of you, are you going to use the bedrolls that are in the cart? Or going to use your own?
Depends. Is it nicer than mine?
Much nicer
Then
than
I'm
yours.
using the one in the cart.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Me too.
Get them all nasty. Sure.
I'm very clean. Thank you.
Gonna shed all over it.
Yep.
Okay, well, that...
This one's going to be like you're going to have to burn the one that Krieg is using.
when the spores in it.
Silk, roll a perception check. As you're the first one sitting down.
12.
Okay. You are sitting there by the fire, the gentle snoring of your allies.
Excuse me.
In the
14.
car. Oh, even better. And you hear on the wind the sound of music still, even this far away. It must be very loud there.
It's a rager.
You see some carts pass by on the road. A couple of them do wave, but don't stop. There are quite a few who are leaving, but none seem to stop or bat an eye at your dingy-looking covered wagon. And you wonder what happened to that dwarf.
Not anymore, I don't.
Huh.
Out of sight,
Your watch goes off.
out of mind.
Yeah. Your watch goes off without a hitch, though. And you awaken Krieg, who takes the second watch.
Get up.
But I was having the best dream.
Yes, my turn now, though.
So, Krieg, as you settle in by the fire, stoke it a bit, make a perception check.
12.
You see the sky clears in a full moon, and you see a shooting star.
What direction is it going?
South. Otherwise, your watch goes off without a hitch. Core, you're sleeping the entire time, and you have a deep dream. You are standing in a familiar courtyard, not the one from the fort you had just left. This one has has draconic entities standing within it, wielding jagged weapons, talking to each other in a language that you don't understand. Or do you understand Draconic?
Should, but I don't.
Do you understand Infernal?
Common and Goblin.
Okay. Either way, they are speaking in a language you don't understand. They look across you as if you're not there, and seem to fly around and do their thing. And you feel a tug in the center of your chest upwards, and you everything begins to kind of blur around you as you feel something strong grabbing your shoulders and dragging you up, and you are tossed in the air and land on hard ground. And in front of you, you see a beautiful woman. Her skin is mottled in scales. She is wearing a beautiful dress, and her arms seem to be pinned to her sides with these chains wrapping around her.
Do you need help? What? Who are you?
Of course I need help, darling, and you are going to help me. We had a deal. I give you my power, and you do what I want, right?
Yes.
Perfect. I am trapped here in this tower. But that's not what I'm asking you to do. My children must be freed. They are in chains, being held against their will.
So, just let them go. Whatever they want. Want to be clear on the instructions.
I'm sure you'll do what you have to do. Those pirates take my children from it.
Okay. And
Thank
do
you,
I
darling.
take them? Do I take them to the person that has asked?
Oh, yes. He does what I want him to do.
Good.
Now run along, darling. Sunrise is happening, and you have a job to do.
Yes.
And she turns, and as she does, there is brilliant light at her feet as her dress unfurls into wings and her head splits off into several heads, and she climbs onto a throne and kind of curls on it, all the heads smiling at you.
Won't let you down.
Poppy,
Yes.
you are taking the third watch. Krieg, how do you wake up Poppy?
I shake her awake, going, Poppy, 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 Poppy.
Just one eye opens.
I saw a shooting star. Also, it's your turn.
I will remember this. She gets up and gets out of bed. Cool on the shooting star. She climbs out.
And Poppy, as you settle in next to the fire, make a perception check.
21.
You note a wolf, a rather large wolf, dragging something across the road, maybe 40 feet away. You're aware of dire wolves. You know that
Yeah.
they're around.
She just kind of casually pulls her warhammer into her lap and keeps an eye on it. Making sure it doesn't come any closer. Kind of tries to see what he's dragging.
Sure. I mean, it looks like a smaller shape compared to it. You can also see smaller wolves kind of hopping around it and nipping at it.
Does it look vaguely humanoid in shape?
A little bit.
Grumble, grumble. Is it worth the money? Is it worth the money? Sorry, dude, you get one. She goes back to looking around.
Okay. And they drag the body across the road and into the woods.
I make a note of which direction they go to, like, look afterwards and see if they've left, like,
Sure.
any torn clothing or anything behind, and maybe there'll be somebody around.
Okay. And as the sun begins to rise up, we're going to take a break. How long are we going to take, Tess, do you think?
Let's see. Let's take 10 minutes. How's 10 minutes sound, guys?
10 minutes, perfect.
Good for me.
Alrighty.
Thank you all for joining us. Make sure to type in the chat hashtag Gayblin
Yes.
to be entered into our giveaway for Die Hard Dice.
Absolutely. And be sure as well to check out nerdsmith.org/pride to check out the Pride pin, and all proceeds of that pin will be going to the Trevor Project to help children, LGBT plus youth in crisis. Thank you guys for joining us for our Pride One Shot Wednesdays. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Hello, y'all, and welcome back to our LGBT Pride one-shot.
Hello.
I will reiterate what we're here for. So, every Wednesday this month to celebrate Pride, Nerdsmith will be running a community one-shot to promote our new Dragon Pride pin by Elemental Enamel. All June, 100% of the proceeds from pre-orders on our Dragon Pride pin will be going to the Trevor Project. You can get yours during stream tonight by visiting nerdsmith.org/pride. And yeah, Trevor Project, if you don't know, is a hotline for LGBT youth in crisis. You can go to thetrevorproject.org to look out more for them. And to reiterate where we are right now, the party of Gayblin adventurers, well, mercenaries, were sent south to a harbor to acquire some dragons. Given magical items to aid this, potentially, they stole a cart, caused the denizen of said cart to run off the front of it and beneath the cart. Thankfully, our cleric saved the individual mostly. And the party has just ended their first night as highway bandits.
He got mostly better.
Till the wolves got him.
That's just nature, man.
It's fine. It's fine.
I fixed the accidental man-made damage, but
It might not have been him.
yeah.
During the watch in the night, Poppy had seen a direwolf dragging some kind of humanoid individual across the road, but she didn't approach them, so who knows?
I am just a poor, small goblin child. I don't mess with dire wolves because they will eat me.
Maybe. So, you all awaken, and you have the day ahead of you. What do you do?
So, do we continue?
I saw a shooting star.
That's good luck, I think.
It was going south.
Well, that's
We're-
a coincidence because
So-
that's where we're going.
Well, not at the
Perfect.
moment. Not at the moment. At the moment, we're sitting here. So I'm just gonna get in the cart. And I'll walk over and climb in the back and sit down again. Wait.
Alrighty. Well, do you want to just rations for breakfast? I know we got a little bit of a time schedule to be on.
Breakfast.
I can. Poppy will make like breakfast for the road kind of thing. Make it real quick, something fast and easy, so that Silk doesn't have to be waiting in the cart for too long.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna find something that's in the cart to eat, like rummage around until there's something that's edible, even if it's not, even if it's raw. Just eat it.
Sure. There's nothing in the cart that is less than pretty good quality. But you do find something that you can eat, like a really good breakfast bar
All right.
with like nuts and berries in it, granola.
I was thinking like raw potato, but that's even better. Yeah.
There are raw potatoes if you prefer that.
I don't think
There is a
so.
bit of dwarf spit up in the bag with the potatoes though.
Yeah. Again, Silk doesn't care too much.
Food for thought. otherwise, you all finish your breakfast and get on the road southward. And on the way, you pass by a few travelers. Most are going south. Now, who is helming this?
Are you driving again, Core?
I
did
can't
so
be.
well last time.
You did. You did great.
Okay, then Core, make an animal handling check.
You got this.
I was gonna jokingly be like, it's gonna be so good. I got a nat 20, so it actually did go good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They even, as you walk up to the car, or as you walk up to the horses, they rub their head against you.
See, this is our cars. It's my horses now.
Is 20 your total?
21 is my total.
Oh, okay.
These are my
And you get the horses to go and begin to head southward. As the road is calm, the sky is clear, and as you're kind of heading on a decline, you can see the ocean ahead of you, the crystal blue water, and the sun shining off of it. You see some ships in the distance. And those who are looking, Core and Poppy specifically, you see a cloud in the distance that has a definite shape to it of several draconic heads and wide wings.
10 copper says it's that ship.
Yes.
Do Silk or I notice this?
We should be looking at the clouds.
I mean, Krieg's kind of looking everywhere, all over the place.
Not Silk.
Okay, then Silk would not notice, but Krieg, you might notice. And I mean, are you proficient in religion?
Nope.
It's a cool cloud shape. It's pretty neat. And you see ahead there is a queue of carts and wagons and larger carriages lining up outside of the city walls of Dawnport. And as the carts do kind of move forward, you see guards are looking across the cart, looking in the back of them.
Act natural.
Would I know other ways into town? This is my old stomping grounds.
I would say that you would. You know of the sewer system. You would need to go off road a little bit, but if you head through the sewers, you could definitely go through that way rather than going through the front.
I'm not a big fan of the guards here. We could get in another way if you want.
All right.
Let's bail.
Okay.
It's dirty, just so you know.
That's okay with me.
Like fun dirty or disgusting dirty?
Every dirty is fun dirty.
No.
Like smells real bad dirty.
Got it.
Okay,
Ugh.
follow me then.
So you pull the cart on the side of the road and get out of it, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
You're about a mile up the road. So there's enough stop that there are some people 100 feet off that seem to have also stopped. Maybe they're looking through their stuff. Silk, you would know that maybe they're potentially hiding stuff. You've seen this kind of thing before. It's not uncommon for people just to stop before they queue up, just to check and make sure they're not holding anything they're not supposed to be holding.
Absolutely.
So you just leave the cart where it is. What do you do with the horses?
I can't eat them now, so I don't know. Leave them.
We will be back, perhaps.
I thought we were gonna fly home.
Yes. I would rather have dragons than horses. Sorry.
Maybe we save them so the dragons can eat them.
Dragons gotta eat. I mean, they're as big as the dragons. They did say they were horse-sized dragons.
Silk's probably a good 40, 50 feet away before he stops and realizes that he's alone, turns around, and looks back.
They're very trusting. They'll find someone else. Let's go.
So you leave the horses hooked up to the cart?
I might unhook them just so someone else can take them. They're very trusting, apparently.
Okay. As you begin to make your way away following Silk, the horses do kind of follow your core a little bit. Just in your general direction.
Friends.
Yes.
There's 2 horses, and I mean, there's 2 bugbears and 2 goblins.
Do you want to ride them to the sewer entrance? We can get there faster.
That would be fun.
Once again, Silk has realized that he's been walking when he could have been riding. Trudges back. Yeah, you're right.
And we can let them go at the sewer entrance, and that way they will find new people, and we will have successfully infiltrated the city and not had to walk nearly as far.
It's good.
You hear like a clearing of a throat behind you, and you see some rather young-looking elven young adults, and they point towards your cart and go like this, like, huh?
I give them my best snarl, big bugbear.
Are you trying to intimidate them?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, roll an intimidation check.
Put points into this for something. I might as well use it.
You did.
That'd be a 22.
They do not take your cart, and they run off.
Eventually, my
Good job.
friends will eat the cart away. It's okay.
Backup plan for if the dragons take off.
Yeah.
I just didn't want him looking at it.
That's fine too.
Anyway, let's go.
I heard it, Poppy.
I guess I'll ride with Silk.
Okay, you get on the horses, and who is between Silk and Krieg? Which one of you is leading the horse?
Yeah, I know where I'm going, so I suppose I will.
Okay. Silk, roll a animal handling check.
This is going to be brilliant. Yeah, actually, it's 16.
That's not bad at all. Core, roll with it. Core, are you leading this other horse or this poppy? I
I
don't want to assume.
will probably do it.
Sure. Roll animal handling with advantage.
Why is this what I'm doing good at? 20 total.
Okay.
19,
So the two
that's
horses. Nice.
Horses
The
love
two horses
bugbears.
move effortlessly, following Silk's trails, gesturing at marks that Silk recognizes on the trees for the trail, knowing the thief can't symbols for this way, that way, don't go that way. That's a ravine. And leads you down and towards a familiar pond. It looks pretty murky, but it is like down a grade a bit, and it's sediment potentially, but there is a sewer grate pouring into it. There's something going into it.
Yeah, sediment, some sort.
Ew.
Yeah, it's in there.
Alright.
Lead the way.
It's pretty heavy bars on the door, but there is or on the edge of it, but there is a lock on it.
Yeah, so I'll almost daintily take off my boots and roll my trousers to the knees, sling the boots over her shoulder, and just wade into the muck. Like, I don't
Okay.
mind being in the muck, but I don't want it on my clothes.
Right.
And I'll go over and lockpick.
Roll a thieves' tools check.
Ten.
Okay. As you're getting to this, there's a bit of muck in it, and you are unable to pick this lock, it seems.
Lean down and just give it a hearty, like, shake it. Try again.
Sure. Roll disadvantage.
I'm sorry, you said dis?
Disadvantage, yeah.
Put that 17 away
There's a
then.
bit of spit in there.
That's even worse then.
Okay. This lock is evading you.
Cursing in Goblin to the two hobgoblin gods, I will instead pull out my other lockpick, which happens to be a crowbar, and wedge the shit out of it.
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check.
No, I'm breaking this thing open.
Okay, straight. Then make a strength check.
It's terrible. It's so bad.
Your crowbar, you slides into it and it falls past the bars, about 11 feet inward.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's see here. Can I take out my thieves' tools and try to break into it?
Sure.
Alright. Do you need a hand? Maybe you're just coming at it from the wrong angle. Let me try it from below.
You
Sure.
have smaller fingers. I think that might work.
19.
19 will do it. As she goes from below and kind of leans it out, and a bit of slop comes out of the the keyhole. She goes in and click. It opens. Silk, you make a note that to tell your contact that the lock should be a little bit higher so that it doesn't get run off into it.
Yeah, there's poop in there.
There's poop in there. And the door comes open slightly. Well oiled, it seems.
We can all see in the dark, right?
Yes.
I think goblins can see in the dark.
Yeah, mine. I have
Yes.
dark vision. You should too.
Yes.
Well, in we go. And I'll keep an eye out again for thief signs leading the right direction through.
Okay, Silk is leading. Silk, roll a perception check.
I was doing well for a while. It was nice. That'd be a 5. No, 7.
Okay. You're not seeing any, but you are heading up this incline using the placed in handholds that you know that they're there, and you come to a junction. Left or right?
I'll turn to everybody else and just shrug. Ugh.
Which one smells most like the sea?
I gotta be honest, the sea's not what I'm smelling right now.
Yeah, Poppy, make a perception check with disadvantage.
So that would be a 12.
One side smells a little saltier, but it also smells horrible.
That way, maybe?
Gesturing to the right.
Yeah, I think so. All right. And I'll head off that direction.
Okay.
Poppy's
Cross the
gonna
way.
pat Silk on the hand. You got it, buddy. I believe in you, and cast guidance.
Oh, thanks.
So Silk, as you're leading again, roll a perception check and add a d4 to
17.
Okay. You can see it. You see the waves on the symbol to mean that way to the dock. And you begin to make your way inward and upward and come to a juncture where you can go left, right, or forward. You note that one side seems to be impeccably clean. The way forward.
Yeah, again, if I don't see any more signs, I'm going to turn to the rest and you pick again. A lot's changed since I was down here last.
Can I light a torch and see if there's a draft?
Sure. As you light the torch, it sparks brightly and sparks up a little bit. The smell gets a little better, and you note that forward is where the wind's coming from, where it's also clean. Also to the left, there seems to be a little bit of draft that way too.
Well, it's definitely not right.
Yeah, That was real smart, by the way. Let's just go through the clean one, guys. I'd like to put my shoes back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll step into the clean tunnel and take a minute to pull my boots back on. Dry my feet off, roll my pants back, head back out. Assuming everybody follows.
Sure.
Yes, I'm casting prestidigitation on myself to just try to clean my fur as I walk. I think my fur counts as soiled right now.
Likely. And you are leaving tracks as you're, well, most of you are leaving tracks. Well, not all of you are. Well, no, most of you, because Silk is now putting his gross feet back into his boots. So Silk's squeaky clean.
Clark, can you... Something...
Yes.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'm going to cast prestidigitation over Poppy's.
Thank
Okay.
you.
What do you make Poppy smell like, or do you just like take the odor away?
Just take the odor away.
Silk, you see a square on the wall that is pointing forward. Now, you don't recognize that symbol, but it's there.
The last one was, excuse me. The last one was waves. This is
Waves.
a square. So
Mhm.
I don't know if we're going the right way. What do y'all think we should do?
Should we go back?
Dirty up.
How much further does this tunnel go? Can I see with dark vision?
I would say you're 60 feet of the where you are. It is dim light. You do see about 100 feet up, roughly. There is a great some light. So there is a bit of dim light where you are right now. Echoing sound of a cart across the ceiling.
Well, let's go see what that is. See where that leads. We might be close to the docks.
There's a ladder.
Or
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely not at all.
worth a try.
I trust you.
But we're in the city, so if we get out of the sewers,
Yeah, we can
We're
just
in-
walk to the dock.
I just was trying to avoid the gate, so here we go. So I'll go see what's up the ladder.
Okay. Going to climb up. Make a acrobatics or athletics check.
Nat 20s plus 4.
Nice.
Easy enough. You are able to. You're used to kind of doing a slide of your hand across the bars before grabbing onto them because there's a bit of grime. And you climb up, and you can see that there are some. You seem to be in the center of a market square.
Dead center?
A little bit off to one side, but you do hear the sound of talking. Some kids run across the grate. Some of them yell, "Don't do that! You're going to fall in."
I'll climb back down. Market. What do you wanna go up or back.
Market's not the harbor.
Well, no, but once we get to the market, I could find the harbor, I think.
It's close to it.
Yeah, it's close to it.
Can we get closer? Or is this it?
Let's go the other way.
There's a lot
You
of
think so?
people. There's a lot
Yeah.
of people. I mean, we can't kill everybody in the entire town. That would take us a while.
Not with that attitude.
No, I just said it would take us a while. I didn't say it wasn't possible.
Yeah. Krieg says go back, we go back, huh?
Craig is smart, yes.
So you go back from the clean, square symboled area to the murky area that seems to still have that. The one to the to you now it's the right because it was left earlier, where the wind seemed to be blowing from.
Boots off again.
Okay.
And as he sits there, he's pulling his second boot off. He goes, "Oh, Market Square. Yeah, all right."
I love him.
And you're gonna make your way forward, and Poppy, Krieg, what is your past perception?
It's a 12.
Okay. Well, Poppy, you hear it first, the sound of seagulls.
I hear the flying ratbirds. We must be close. Those are what those are called, right? I mean, they're basically rats from the sky.
They're sky rats. I think that's pretty accurate.
That's what we always called him.
And you notice that you have been going on a slight grade downward, and it begins to get steeper.
Watch your step. It's getting kind of slip. This is not a slip and slide you want to go down.
Does this go out to the ocean?
Maybe. Are there
I
any
don't
ways
know.
to get up above or no?
Silk, you would know, and Poppy, you would notice that that there appear to be handholds on the wall for you to kind of hold yourself to it. Silk, you know that this is kind of like whenever there's like any kind of incline, they place these things in for easy movement.
So the question is whether or not this incline leads directly into the water.
It does.
Then yeah, that's the ocean. There's been no other way up.
So
When
we
you saw-
either risk drowning or being spotted.
Yeah. Hey, that fog thing that you did earlier yesterday with the horses and the cart. Think you could do that again?
Yeah, I can try.
It's always foggy by the ocean.
Yeah, maybe it needs to be foggy in the market square.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Works for me.
I think I
Yeah.
can make that work.
That was going to be my one smart idea for like a month, so don't get used to it.
Gonna cast mage armor on myself just in case.
Okay. The vibrant rainbow scales across your entire body that fade.
That looks pretty cool.
Okay, back again.
Back up, and you see the clean way to go.
boots on, I'm sure. Prestidigitation and everything else, or whatever.
Okay.
And I head up.
Okay.
Or I wait for the fog, and then I'll try to pop the sewer grate.
This time,
Okay, so what point?
this time Krieg's gonna go up to Cora and go, "Clean me, please."
Okay. And I'm gonna try to clean Krieg off.
Sure, it's difficult. It seems like wherever you do clean Krieg, like once you get like down to the feet, everything seems to have already started to come back dingy, but not like sewer dingy, just kind of Krieg dingy.
Okay.
Krieg
Well, I just want the
dingy.
sewer off me. That's okay.
And you see the ladder that goes up into the grate that goes into the square.
Now, earlier you had asked me about the point of fog cloud. It's centered on a
Correct.
point within 120 feet.
Yeah. So what point do you cast it on? Do you cast it like in the middle of the air? I think you can do it in like the middle of the air, or do you cast it on a specific thing?
I'm gonna. Is there anything? Can I see through the grate if I pop my head out and sort of look, like open it up a little bit and peek out?
Sure, make a perception check.
8.
Okay. As you come back up, you make a strength saving throw as a cart rolls over the grate as you're trying to like peek out of it.
Oh, natural 20!
Okay, you shut it slight and then take your hand away from it as it goes across it. And you go back up and look, and there's a couple stalls. There's buildings around. Within, I mean, the square is only about 200 feet diameter. It's not that big.
I'm gonna cast it on a point about. What direction is the harbor from us?
South.
All right, I'm gonna cast it about 10 feet to the south of us, so it covers the sewer grate and then a little bit beyond.
Okay. On a point that begins to billow outward, people look and hoot and holler about it, but it fills the space.
Okay, let's go.
And what's the radius on that?
20 feet. Act
And
casual.
You go out of the grate. Everyone's following out.
Acting as casual as possible.
Okay. Who will be the last one out?
I'll take the rear.
Sure. Make a stealth check then.
You got it.
As you're the one that has to slowly close the grate. You are sneaky like bugbear.
Sneaky like bugbear.
9.
Not so sneaky, as it slips out of your hand and crashes down. But, do you all go towards you all kind of go out into fog. So you are able to see each other in front of you, but otherwise, Krieg, do you lead everyone towards the center of the fog or out of the fog?
Towards the center of the fog and then out of the fog on the opposite end.
Okay. Sure. As you make your way down, and then out as you leave the fog. People are looking at you strangely. And then go back to what they're doing. Like, didn't see anything.
Core just kind of grins with his big teeth and just keeps walking.
Okay. And you head southward out of the square and down the main street that heads into the harbor. You can see ahead of you there is a ship, pretty big ship, with a red handprint on the sail.
Oh, did the boss ever tell us what we were looking for? I mean, other than dragons?
Well, I
I
mean, there
don't
was
know.
red handprints on stuff back at camp.
Oh, that must be it then.
I think so.
We could always watch it and find out tonight.
Oh yeah, we're early, huh?
Yes. I look up for that cloud that I saw earlier.
Make a perception check.
17.
You look around and then out at the horizon. It's still on the horizon. But it's the way that you're standing, it's directly behind the handprint ship.
Yeah,
And then
I
as you
think-
move, wherever you move, it seems to be always right behind it.
Yeah, I think this is the one. So, just gotta figure out a way to sneak aboard.
You do see some crew that are there. They seem to be armed. Loose-fitting clothes, bandanas, pirates.
Should we wait until nightfall?
That's smart.
What time of day is it now?
You spend a lot of time in the sewers. It is late afternoon.
Are there any like little dockside restaurants or bars or anything that we could like get a table at without proceeding to keep an eye
Sure.
on the ship?
Yeah, you're really close to a cafe that's there.
We could post here and keep an eye on it until dark. That
This
way we'll
one's
know if they
Yeah.
move anything.
It's worth noting for world building thing. Goblinoid creatures are not uncommon people to be in civilized life, so you don't have to feel like you're. I mean, you are who you are, but you don't have to feel like you're the odd one out.
In other words, goblins wouldn't normally draw attention, but Krieg does.
Yeah, there's a difference. Most of your crew seems to have an air of distrust.
I don't understand
Or
why.
not,
I am such a sweet little goblin if you just get to know me.
There's something about Poppy that just unnerves people if they spend too much time in their presence.
I mean, the best things come from poppies.
They've heard their name. Heartsealer. So when their time it is this wrong. Only one.
So is that what you're holding up at the cafe?
It's good cafe. I've eaten here.
Perfect.
I could eat.
I could eat. I mean, I can always eat.
you eat and you sit and you wait and you see that there are guard patrolling not only the dock, but are also there also are these red hand guards that don't let the city guards get too close to the ship. And Silk, you recognize, and the rest of you do recognize it, but Silk, you recognize how close the guard are getting to these people, and the exchange of hands, the handshake. The guards are being paid off to not, go near the ship.
Yeah, that's it. So, when it gets dark, what's the plan?
Sneak on board, take the dragons.
Sure, I could do that. But all four of us?
We'll need to. Time it when the guards are. Are they on like a rotation, or is there a time the guards switch? Or.
You've seen, you've been here for about 2 hours now. Every hour, there's a guard switch.
Or you just tell me when to go.
I can hide us all again. If we do it a little bit before the guards switch, maybe during the confusion we can sneak on board.
Sounds good.
How big of a dock is it?
It's pretty big. This is there's a good, 400 feet of dock, if not more. Maybe, actually, there's probably more like a mile of dock. And it's strange because you expect such untoward people to not be smack dab right in front of the main road that goes to the city.
Stoke doesn't think long and hard about those kind of things, so.
Lanterns begin to be lit as the sun begins to set.
Where do you think they're being held? Then probably below decks, yeah? I mean, you wouldn't keep 5 horse-sized dragons on the top. I wonder if there's like.
No.
What if I could sneak in through a porthole, like on the bottom or something? Maybe make a ruckus, and then hide. And when the guards come running to find where the ruckus was, you guys can sneak on board.
Yes.
You'd have to get into the porthole first.
I am tiny, adorable, and slippery.
Yes, that is all true.
If you want a ruckus, I could do a ruckus. But if you want to slip in through a hole in the boat, then you should do that.
Well, I figure you make the ruckus once you're on board, but this way I can make it so you guys get on board easier.
Okay.
And then you can ruckus all you want.
Question.
Yes.
Do they have holes in the bottom of the boat, though?
Well, they've got like the porthole things where you gotta look out and see stuff, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I've never actually looked at a boat up close. But I assume so. Poppy's gonna stand up, stretch exaggeratedly, and just kind of like, I'll be back, I just need to stretch my legs.
You went off and pushed to talk.
That's so awesome that I did that.
I'm sorry.
That's
I mean,
great.
I was trying to read your lips, and like, it was pretty good. So you're gonna
Awesome.
stretch and then walk down and kind of do a loop around to see if there's any portholes.
Yeah.
Was there any special flourish to what you were doing?
Just walking casual, trying to be discreet.
Okay. I need you to make 2 rolls then.
Okay.
Make a deception check
I'm very good at that.
for composure.
That is a 19.
If your friends didn't know you, they would probably think that you were just moseying around. Now make a perception check.
Natural 20.
You see 1 and 2 and 3, and one of them, it's slightly ajar.
She notes the position of that one and moses her way back to the deck. Or to the deck, to the table. That's much better. Sorry, I was getting all stiff while sitting for long. Yeah, nope. I got you covered.
Good.
So yeah, you let me know when you guys want to go, and I will head up just a little bit before and then start making some noise.
What about at nightfall?
Sounds good. It's getting close.
Yeah, dark.
What do you think, Cor?
Yes. Nightfall. We use the cover of darkness to help hide. And if it comes to battle, take them out easy.
You're witnesses too.
Truth.
There are no witnesses if everybody's dead.
On red permission for that.
I like the way you think.
Excellent.
So yeah, let's wait till dark and then
Okay.
kick the show on the road.
As the last of the lanterns have been lit, your waitress does come by and asks if you want anything else.
No, thank you. I think we'll be settling up. At least I don't. If you guys want to stay, I think I'm gonna head home.
Okay.
We'll stay. But I don't want anything more.
Take your time. And she puts the check down, sighs, scratches her neck, and yawns, walking away.
Put down a couple of copper or silver for whatever Poppy had and make a show of stretching and looking like she's gonna walk away, and then is gonna duck down underneath the docks and try and get into that hole without being noticed.
Okay, sure. Make a stealth check.
23.
Okay. You are able to get away from everyone. And which way do you want to go under the docks? Do you want to walk down into the sewers and then back the way that you think it's supposed to go towards the water? Or do you want to just go sink between carts that are moving along the dock?
I'm gonna sneak between carts that are moving along the dock.
Okay.
Probably be safer than getting lost somewhere that I don't know how to go.
You're able to do so, and you slide down off of the wooden planks. And do you hang off the edge or do you go into the water?
Are there any ropes that touch down onto the water, or no?
There are a couple. Yeah, near where? Would you go where a ship is, or where there's no ship?
Where there's no ship, if I can get a clear access point to get to that porthole.
Sure. Okay. You would have to. You can get as close as possible. Without going near that, you would be able to. There is a rope that you can climb down onto, and do you go? Do you swim, or do you try to climb along the dock towards the ship?
I'm going to swim. I'm going to risk it and swim.
Okay. Make an athletics check then.
This may have been a bad idea. We'll see. Oh, okay. 17.
Very good. You get to the water and wade out, kind of towards, diagonally as the waves are crashing in, and you get up to the porthole. You see, it is maybe 15 feet up out of the water.
Okay. And so now I'm gonna have to try and climb up to get in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out my 2 daggers and use them to like walk my way up the side of the ship.
Sure. Make an athletics check with advantage.
With advantage, you said? Or with?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was an 8 and a 16. So I'll take the 16 points.
Okay. You dig it into the wood and then get up and into the porthole. And you're up to it.
Excellent. And then she's gonna try and stealthily sneak her way.
Okay, make another stealth check.
$15.
Okay. You slink in and down, sliding off the edge, and it's about 5 feet off the ground. It seems like there's maybe something beneath where you are, but you also see cages all around you.
Got it. Do I see anything in the cages?
They are all filled with an inky blackness that only goes as far as the bars go. You do hear some snorting and shuffling, voices in a tongue you don't understand.
She's gonna whisper in Draconic. Anybody there?
You hear 5 voices.
Are you the one that's going to free us?
I'm one of them. Just hold tight.
You also note there's a light coming from your bag.
Aha. Alright, so she's gonna look around at something about 30 feet away, and she's gonna use some thaumaturgy to make some noise.
Okay.
But first she's gonna hide, and then she's gonna like over there.
Okay. You do so, and you on the outside, it's dark, but you don't hear yelling, and that's good. Until you hear, what is the sound you're making, Poppy?
I'm going to make the sound of I'm gonna make the sound of splintering wood and a roar of a creature that sounds wholly unnaturally, if possible.
Okay. This sound, how far does it go?
30 feet from me, it's not very far.
Okay, that's fine. Because it does go out of the porthole, and it does catch the ear of the guard. You all can hear this cracking of wood and this monstrous roar. And you see the guard does turn, and he pulls out a bit of a wire and begins to whisper into it. And you all can see that there are people running around on top of the deck. And Poppy, you can hear stomping of feet above you, and then the people on the stairs coming down.
Okay, she's gonna try and stay hidden as much as possible, and then using thaumaturgy again to make one side of the boat start shaking with
Tremor?
tremors.
Sure.
Yeah. Further away from me.
Yeah. Roll another stealth check.
My luck ran out. That's a 1.
Roll a D100 for me. So what are the rest of you doing?
I think when they started running around,
96.
when they started running around, I think that was our cue to get on the ship.
And Krieg turns to the others and says as much as they say, that's our cue. And I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace on myself and the two of them.
Okay, let's go. And I'll stand up and just make a beeline straight at that guard until I'm close, and then I'm gonna, I don't know, duck behind a crate on the dock, and move around so I'm not in his line of sight. That's what I'll do.
Sure, make a stealth check. Silk. Plus 10. Plus, I mean, I guess the rest of you can make stealth checks as well, since you're making your way with that.
Basically
as long as
following,
you're staying. Well, I think it's when it's cast, you have to be within range.
Yeah, you have to
I
be
would be
within 30 feet of me.
Yeah.
I would be following anyway. So that's
Plus 10.
I rolled a 17.
33. Yeah, 33.
Nice.
That'll do it.
I have a 30.
Okay. You all are able to move forward and ducking between barrels. You can see that the guard on the outside says, I can't leave. I'm not supposed to leave.
Does it look like there's a clear way from where we are to the gangplank that doesn't involve crossing that guy?
Beneath them.
Beneath him?
Yeah. There's you are standing. You are in a pile of crates, or by a pile of crates, and if you hang off the side and kind of use the planks and climb underneath them, you can get to the opposite side without him noticing. Maybe.
Can I cast Infestation on him? Is he within 30 feet of us?
Is he? Sure. Would you have gotten that close?
I would definitely personally have cut it that close, because my other option is jumping out and stabbing him.
Is there a vocal component to that, Creed?
As a matter of fact, there is.
Okay. So he has to make it what kind of save?
A Constitution.
DC what?
12.
He runs towards you, screaming as these mites are coming up to him. He runs real close to you, Krieg.
I'm going to move out of the way.
Did they stay on him?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
If he's close to Krieg, I assume he's close to me, yeah?
Sure is. Really close.
I'm
And he
gonna-
doesn't seem like he knows where you are. He does look towards Krieg, who is on the opposite side of you. So his back is turned to you, Silk.
Seize
I'm
your
gonna
moment.
reach out my 10-foot reach and simultaneously grab him by the collar.
Sure.
Pull him
Make an
back into the
attack roll
shadows.
at advantage.
I realized that I let off the push to talk
It's
button.
okay.
So,
That was
Did I-
hilarious.
pantomime it well enough. I'm pulling him back. into
I'm
the
pretty
shadows.
good at that.
Okay.
Am I near Silk? Within 10 feet of Silk?
Yeah, sure. If you want to be.
Because I also wanted to do that.
Okay.
After-
So
That's a 16
Okay.
hit.
16 will hit. That was advantage.
Oh, did he? So
Sure.
did he make his save or did he not? Because he has to take 1d.
He did not. Well,
Okay, he has to take
He
1d6
did not make
poison
his save.
damage as well.
right. Roll that d6.
That's a 2.
Okay. The mites then vanish off of him, right, as he moves that. Okay.
That's 16 points of damage.
Okay. Simultaneously, Core, what do you do?
Attacking as well as he's pulled closer.
Okay.
At advantage because
Oh yeah, he didn't know you were there.
Because the first one was in that one, so
Okay.
18.
That's slashing.
18 total.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
$12 slashing.
As he's pulled back, stabbed, and then cut across the throat. He is limp in your arms, Silk.
Careful not to get.
The water's only about 10 feet down if you wanted to just
I was gonna
Yeet
say,
him.
lay him in the
careful not to get any blood on my waistcoat. I will roll him off the dock into the water.
Sploosh. Okay. But just into the. I mean, there's enough waves. Okay, your way is clear. You can see people are yelling and running about.
Let's go.
Let's sneak on board.
Sure. Is pass without a trace? Well, is infestation isn't a concentration spell.
No, it's a cantrip.
Could still be concentration. Okay. Then yeah, make stealth checks then with advantage or with a +10.
I'm also, before we move, I'm gonna cast Spider Climb on myself, just so I can just
Perfect.
in case.
That's
I
awesome.
rolled 13 total.
13.
No, sorry. 15. Sorry.
Okay, that was the +10.
I think it's the,
Mm-hmm.
33
Oof,
again. I rolled an 18 again.
Okay.
$25.
Okay. Gonna make your way on the deck, or where do you want to?
I mean, assuming that we have to go onto the deck before I can go below deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the plan was we sneak on top of deck and Poppy was below deck.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna get on deck and then look for a way to go below deck.
You see people are running about on ship, trying to figure out why part of the ship is shaking and where that cracking is coming from. They're yelling like, "Boss is gonna kill us if if another thing is broken.
There, excuse me. Are there like a large cargo hold doors on the deck itself?
There are.
Like flip up.
The way that the ship goes, it seems like there are in the center there are that are currently open. On either side, though, the front and the back, there are double doors that are also they're open because people are going in and out of them so much. So your way is open as far as you're concerned.
Should we start our own distraction up here? Maybe like fire?
Like fighting. You just want to fight someone, don't you?
No, fire. Look, if we burn that part and go down that part, they won't notice us going down that part.
You can't all be distracting. Someone has to free the dragon. Dragons. All of them.
I
Could
don't
start a fire.
See, good idea.
Okay, how do you do that?
I have no idea. It's a terrible idea.
I still have torches. I'm gonna light one.
Okay.
Precedent.
Oh,
You
or
light a torch?
prestidigitation.
Okay.
Small campfire side.
That's probably safer.
Okay, where are you casting it? There's the side that the doors that appear to be like vibrating, and then there's the side where you hear like cracking and roaring.
The side with the cracking and roaring.
Okay.
Because it doesn't sound like a dragon roar, so that's probably not our thing.
Okay. And this, what color is your campfire?
It's just normal colors. So it's just
Is it on the doors? Or in front of the doors?
it starts sort of like on the like crack of the door and then just
Sure. Make a charisma check. Poppy, while you hear people are running around, people run past you, trying to figure out what's going on. 6, okay. The doors are kind of wet, so they don't really catch as well as you hoped. But still, there's a bit of a campfire there, and people run up to it and what the hell? And then they try to put it out. So it seems like there's a good distraction there. Some people are running across the deck towards that. Poppy, you see from the side where you made the cracking noise, there's a flickering light.
I rolled a 96 on that D100 that you asked me to, by the way.
I know.
Okay. Oh, great. I just wasn't sure. Yeah, if something else had happened yet. Okay. So is that the side that I'm on? Is it? What can I see from where I am? Can I see any of the doorways, or is it just that one that I can see?
You can see both doorways. They appear to be pretty heavy, and you had heard when you made the noises. You heard the sounds of chains rattling, and the fiddling of keys. So both doors are open.
Okay.
It seems for now.
Is the door that's closer to me the one that has the flickering light in front of it, or further away?
Further away.
Okay. So Poppy with
As a
Poppy-
note, Poppy, since you're down there, your orb is shimmering and glowing on one side, and the light is focusing on one of the cages, and the lock there appears to be glowing as well.
Okay, I'm gonna actually take advantage of people seeming to be distracted and start working on picking that lock.
Okay, you walk over to it, and make a wisdom saving throw.
22.
Okay. You go over to the lock and make a thieves' tools check then.
Not natural.
Okay. It's difficult to get open, but you're concerned until it clicks. You were just able to do it. And the lock comes off the door.
And I pull the door open.
Okay. As you do, there's a bit of shaking in the cage, and a head peeks out towards you. A frill on top of its head displays this green dragon, looks down towards you.
Are you here to protect me?
Yep.
Then I will protect you too.
My friends are upstairs. They're coming for everybody.
And your orb flashes, and this dragon has a symbol on their forehead that you can see in reflection of the glass porthole that's nearby. The same symbol is on your forehead. So what is this young dragon going to do?
It's gonna come out of the cage and is going to blow a little tiny bit of green smoke out of the other door that's open, and hoping that it gets their attention to bring them, the rest of them, down here to help open up the rest of the cages.
The side with the campfire, or the opposite side?
The opposite side.
Okay.
Where there is no fire. Just hoping that it'll get their attention a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, the rest of you are up on deck. What do? You're able to see a faint bit of green smoke coming out of the doorway opposite the campfire.
Was not me.
We were gonna go that way.
Yes. We go that way.
You all would note that there is a shimmering in your bags as you're moving across, and where they are, each the glowing seems to move as you move across the deck, always pointing in one direction.
Krieg is gonna follow, sort of try and hot and cold this thing, and try and follow where the orb is glowing.
Okay.
So
Do you stay on deck and do this?
No, I'm gonna head towards the door with the green smoke and do it.
Okay. You see two individuals are kind of standing by the green smoke and like coughing and like trying to wave their hands at it. They're not looking at you.
I'd like to try to sneak past them and open the door.
Okay, make a stealth check.
15, including pass without trace.
Okay. You are able to get up to them. One of them does turn. Who are you?
spare some
Are you
coin.
the new recruit?
Yes.
Fix this problem then.
Aye, aye, not captain.
Silk and Core, what are you doing?
Keeping out of the line of sight of those two as they talk to Krieg, and prepared to just basically rush them if anything happens.
Yeah, I'm ready with the holding the like rainbow sword.
Okay.
So I'm gonna head through the door and go down below.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
$17.
Okay. You are able to get past this. Even if you're holding your breath still, the feeling on your skin is tingly, and it doesn't feel right. But you're not affected by this smoke. So the rest of you, so Silk and Core, you see Krieg vanish into the green fog.
Are those two guys still standing there?
They seem to be waiting for Krieg to fix whatever it is.
Then I'm gonna rush the one on the left, stab him, and throw him overboard.
Sure. Make an attack roll at advantage.
Yeah, I'll go for the one on the right while he's doing that.
Okay.
May as well.
$24 to hit.
Okay, it hits.
18 points of damage.
Okay. Which seems to go into this individual much easier even than you're used to. They seem vulnerable to this. And that individual not like just stops. Doesn't even shift, and just a ragdoll in your hands.
Yeah, throwing
Cool.
him overboard.
Okay. Core, what did you roll?
15.
Okay, 15 will just hit.
Okay, so damage. Nine, 19.
Okay. Now this is slashing damage, right?
Oh, mine is piercing, actually, I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I forgot I
Oh.
took rapier, not a.
Gotcha. As you go forward this, the blade sinks in much easier than you think it would have. And there's a faint shimmer around your blade when it does. And stops in your grasp. Eyes roll in the back of their head.
I follow suit, throwing him over
Okay.
as far as away as I can. Probably overboard. Maybe not, because I'm not actually that strong.
Okay. Krieg, you hear yelling of dragon, and somebody comes past you. Make a strength saving throw. As Poppy, you saw
16.
an individual appear in front of the dragon and then run away. 16. Okay, you're able to hold firm as this individual shoves past you, and Silk and Core, this individual runs out of the green smoke. Doesn't appear to notice you immediately.
Yeah, he's going the same way as the other sailors.
Okay. Attack roll advantage. And Krieg, do you continue to head down then?
Yeah, I keep doing what I'm doing with my black orb.
Okay. You continue forward, and you come out of the green smoke face to face with a green dragon with a symbol on their forehead.
Hello there.
Just nods to you.
I show him my
knowingly.
orb. Which one's this one?
It shrugs and then moves past you. Well, specifically, Poppy, did you want it just to stay there, or did you want it to move upward?
Yeah, I'm fine with him moving upwards. She's gonna turn her attention to the white orb since she had the 2 and start working on that one.
Okay.
And
Sure.
kind of show Krieg like using the orb to look at the pics and everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the orb to try and find the corresponding dragon.
Sure, you're able to find that. And Krieg, make a wisdom saving.
14. No, saving throw 16.
Okay. You feel your vision is clouded as this symbol appears on your forehead, and you get the sense of you get kind of like a double vision and double sense. You can hear yourself moving toward yourself as you move towards this cage. It's locked.
I'm gonna turn to Poppy. Hey, help me out here.
Do you want me to pick it, or you want me to give you a boost?
Can you pick it?
I can try. So she'll speak in Draconic to the dragon inside. All right, buddy, I'm letting you out. 1 second. And try and pick.
Okay, make a thieves' tool check. Silk, what did you roll for your attack?
So I rolled 7 dice total. That was 2d20s, a d4, and 4d6. Out of those, 4 of those dice were 1s. Nothing was higher than a 4. So I missed.
Okay. Core, you see Silk go out and try to stab into this individual and slide off their armor. They look towards you like, oh no.
19, by the way.
Okay. You're able to pick that lock too.
Just sigh and try to finish what Silk did.
Sure. Straight roll.
$22.
That'll hit.
But I don't get all my extra bug because he saw me. So that's 6.
Okay. Step into this individual and come out, and your blade, your rapier, seemed to have really hit him hard. He's going to swing out towards you, Core. That is a 16.
That's my AC.
You take 10 points of slashing damage as he drags the scimitar against you. Krieg, your sense comes to when you know that this thing is open. Obviously, you could see it, and also you heard it open, and you feel like you're able to control this dragon.
Go on, say hi. Be nice.
You chose the black dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
She says that to Krieg, not the dragon.
Right.
I'm always nice.
Its head comes out to you. It's kind of skeletal, not skeletal, necessarily, but black dragons are not the prettiest dragons.
You're perfect.
It knows it. there anything you want to do?
Turn around and start going towards the exit, and I sort of motion to Poppy, let's go.
I don't want the dragon here. I gotta get. I had 2 orbs. Remember, I gotta get this one out too.
Okay, fine. I'll sit down in front of my dragon and just wait.
Oh, go help them. Go take your friend here and go make sure that no one else is making it off the ship alive. And then send them down to me, and I can make sure that they can get their dragons out.
Well, okie dokie.
Bossy but Poppy is bossy. She goes for the white dragon.
I'm gonna sort of lead the black dragon, and maybe have it burst the doors open, and come out of the green smoke just roaring like a champion.
Okay. This black dragon comes out of the smoke, silk and core, and comes up and grabs the individual by the back of his head with its teeth and tosses him overboard. Not before dissolving seemingly his head a little bit.
Hey guys, look what I found.
Yeah. So we will go into moments now as you've freed 2, almost 3 dragons, as the rest of you are able to make it down, as the dragons seem to begin to either scare off the remaining crew or otherwise. You're able to go down to these cages, and you find your corresponding dragon, feel that link to it. Is there anything you want to do before you ride these dragons northward?
Can I find out if they have names?
They would tell you their names.
Okay, cool.
It's for you. It would not be unintelligible. Like, it's normal names, but to anyone else, it's just a series of consonants and vowels.
I've got the red dragon, right?
Sure.
I picked the red orb, so I'm assuming that corresponds to.
You did, yes.
Okay. In that case, not necessarily before we ride, but as soon as we do. I'm not a fan of these pirates, so I would like to do a couple of circles and just burn the shit out of that boat.
Can do. And you're able to do that. The ship doesn't catch immediately. You know, it seems to be very well made, but Dragonfire is hot.
Core, when they open the gate, looks up at his blue dragon, grins, big grin with his big teeth. Your mother sent us. We're freeing you for her. Be sure she knows that we did this for her. And you.
You've done well. Because why not? And it rests its chin on top of your head, and then does your bidding. And the 4 of you, along with the unpersoned, unridden white dragon that freezes a couple individuals on the way out, carrying one of them just because in its claws. And
I'm sure they were hungry.
Oh, yes. And they are happy to devour these crew members. You head your way northward, and you land in the courtyard of the fort. There's a lot of trash around that is being picked up, a lot of wide eyes that their eyes are wide for a second before they kind of gloss over as you see Jareth walking out, raises his hand up, and the orbs just kind of leave your person and go down into his hand and begins to spin them. Well done.
Thanks, boss.
She will be pleased.
I think so.
And these dragons are now part, if not head members of your group. And that's just one of many chapters in the Gangrene.
We're gonna have to change the name now with 5 different colors of dragons, though.
It's true.
Gang, green, black, red, blue, white.
Yeah, that.
Black,
but
yeah.
Gang
That's-
Rainbow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way to bring it home.
Very good.
I just startled my son with that, apparently.
Well, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you for running.
Thank
Yeah.
you for hosting.
course.
Thank you, Zach. That
Yes.
was fun.
I'm glad.
Let's get a chance for any last minute people to enter our giveaway for some Die Hard dice.
Yes.
If you would like to win a set, please type into chat #Gayblin. And we'll give you a few moments to kind of finish that up for anyone who is wanting to join and has not yet joined that giveaway. #Gayblin.
And also be sure to check out not only Die Hard Dice, but also the Trevor Project, which is what this is all for, and also our new enamel pin, which is
Yes.
gorgeous.
And also check out World Anvil, who's one of our other sponsors, and who, without them, Nerdsmith would not be possible. So we thank
Absolutely.
them from the bottom of
They're
our
so
hearts
supportive
as
of
well.
us.
Those guys are great, and that's an amazing website.
They are phenomenal. All right, so looks like Logan is ready to run that giveaway. So I see at least one new entry, so let's go ahead and run it. Who is going to be our lucky winner? Rylan!
Congratulations, Rylan TV.
Congratulations, Rylan!
Yay, Rylan!
Well done.
Rylan, our community manager will reach out to you with information on that set. So, congrats. Huzzah.
Huzzah indeed. And be sure to check out nerdsmith.org for more of our content. And check out next Wednesday for yet another one-shot.
Another Pride one-shot for June. It's going to be phenomenal. As always, you can come and join us on our public Discord. We all like to hang out and chat around there, so please feel free to drop by. And Zach runs amazing one-shots from time to time, mostly every week because he's amazing. And so, yeah, if you'd love to play with Zach, which is a treat, you should come over and hang out and see what happens. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody. I think the next time you will see us live on this channel is Tuesday night for Shenanigans. I could be wrong, so Logan can correct me if I'm wrong. But thank you everybody.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much,
Let's go
Megan.
through one last time. Where can people find folks? Zach, where can people find?
Sure. Not only can you find me on Twitter at DuskFayDruid, you can also find me on the Nerdsmith Public Discord. I run games there. I moderate. I chit chat, and my DMs are always open for anyone who needs to talk to someone. I'm here to help.
All right. Krieg, where can people find you?
People can also find me on the Nerdsmith Discord. I hang around and chit chat a lot. I am also on Twitter at Springenfolk. Springenfolk.
Excellent. And Silk, where can folks find you?
On Twitter at the infamous eel, and I might as well plug my Instagram at lucky_Maloney. That's mostly tattoos, but you can also find me at Comic Cons.
Lucky is very, very good, y'all. Very good. And Jay, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter. My Twitter is on the screen. I am also on the public Discord. I mostly post pictures of my lizard, but I'm around.
It's a good time. Cheeto is adorable.
He's growing so much.
And I am Tessa. You can find me on Nerdsmith. You can find me on Twitter at SuckyDreams and on the public Discord the public Discord server, as well as a variety of our Nerdsmith shows and podcasts. Thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you Zach for running. Thank you guys for playing, and we will be back next week. Don't forget to head to nerdsmith.org/pride and pre-order your Dragon Pride pin. It looks very much like our little dragon egg emoji in chat here, and all of the proceeds for those pins will be going to support the Trevor Project. So we really appreciate everything you guys do and being a part of this community. So thank you everybody, and have a good evening.
All right, see you guys.
fit your ideas is one of the first steps in building your vocabulary. People can be interested in new ideas when those ideas are expressed in well-selected words. Each of us has certain interests which we need to share with others. If we know the special vocabulary, we will understand what people are talking about. And other people will understand us.
And that's not the only language I'm going to talk.